All right, Kimberly, I didn't have you here yesterday. This was painted by most, I feel, as a win-win for San Francisco. Do you see it that way?
It depends on who you talk to, Greeny. Because if you talk to the 49ers, which I have, they feel really good. They've all along have said there's no drama in this building, even when Jimmy was practicing over on a separate field, not with the team during training camp. Everybody, clear lines have been drawn. When you talk to people around the league, the skepticism is, okay, so we went with wanting to get rid of Jimmy and that cloud of suspicion over how do we feel about Trey. So Jimmy knows this is Trey's team. Now we move forward through a few months and Jimmy's still here. That cloud is still hanging over everything. I think it makes sense for Jimmy G from the standpoint of you're back with the organization that you wanted to be with. You know this roster. You know this coaching staff, a great coaching staff. And you know that you've had success here. But the 49ers, I think if this were done by another team, let's say your Jets or some other team or Washington or, like we'd be looking around like, what are they doing there? And it seems to, the narrative of we want to turn the page has quickly turned to, hey, we're all back together. This is great. It's wonderful. Look at us. I actually felt they should have kept Jimmy. I was not a fan of moving on from Jimmy because he's so important as a backup. But I understood that you want to clear the runway for Trey Lance and not have any question about Jimmy G possibly supplanting.
And that has to be Jimmy G not having those questions because he's one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the world, so he should be starting somewhere, and I understand his feeling that way. But here's the scenario that we live with. Look, I think Trey Lance has a chance to be an unbelievably good player. The talent is ridiculous, and the setup is good for him there. But, I mean, over the last 2 years, he's only started one more game than I have. So the question, Ninko, becomes, if we're 3 weeks into the season, 4 weeks into the season, and he is going through growing pains, and you're a 9 or 10 year veteran in that locker room, as you once upon a time were in your own locker room, and a team leader, are you walking into the coach's office? And if so, what are you saying?
Yeah, you're wanting to sit down with the coach, and you want an explanation on why we're in the position of losing football games to help a young guy advance and have more experience. And when you have a guy like Jimmy G, who has won playoff games, who has been in big moments, who has a 71% winning percentage. So again, there's going to be issues that come up this year. But I would say that having Jimmy G behind a young quarterback is great for the 49ers because they have the confidence, and the players on the team have the confidence knowing no matter if we have the young guy or if we have the old guy, we're going to have a chance. Sometimes when you have a backup and you know you don't have a chance with that backup, it's almost like deflating popping the balloon. It's like deflating. But if anything happens to the number one quarterback right now, everybody in that building has confidence in the number two.
All right, we'll see. I mean, that obviously, that's the win-win piece of this thing. I think this thing is terrific until it isn't, and let's hope they never get to that point. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.